Company needs funds for various reasons such as expansion, debt reduction, research and development. So a company wants to need money, need funds. So they want money here now. They can get from the banks. Who gives money? Bank gives the money. Bank, you can get the money from the banks. Bank gives the loans, but rate of interest is higher, right? And suppose now if you didn't pay, that is called interest on time. Like what happened is called Malia. Now he took so much of money to increase his airlines, Kingfisher. He took so much from the banks. The banks were asking, come on, give the amount. He ran away. Now he's in London. So he's not coming again back. That's a different story. So like that happens is called. Nirav Modi is one more person. Like that happened is called. But banks are asked for to provide the finance. So, so in sole proprietorship type of company, you can go for the banks because you are the owner. You know how much amount to be paid, right? You know how much time to work. So like that, you are paying the interest to the bank. Why do you need finance? Because if you want to expand, expansion is required. Okay. So one area you have expanded and business is going on well, you would like to expand it. Business is going well, means here now whatever the amount is coming, that's only for the to pay the rent and to pay the salaries to the employees. And if you want to expand, you need finance. If you go for a private finance, it is higher rate of interest. If you go for the bank, less rate of interest. So you can approach the bank. Then also here now also it is possible for you through the debt reduction. So you took some loan from private finance and you would like to reduce it. You would like to reduce it, right? That purpose. The third one is research and development is called. You want to here now call, you hired a people to do the research work. And what is the outcome comes if you are doing research? Nothing comes. Research result comes later on, 2 years, 3 years like that. So for 2 years, you need to pay salary to the employees. Otherwise, nobody works for research. Then who pays the salaries? But you need finance again. So research development point of view also, company needs funds. Company needs funds for various reasons such as expansion, debt reduction, research and development. There are two common ways to raise the fund. How would I like to raise the funds? Through debt financing and equity financing. So what is debt financing and equity financing is, look at that. In debt financing, the fund or the working capital is raised by taking the loan from the banks or other financial organizations. Okay. The debt loan issued to be returned to the bank along with the interest. That's called debt finance, which I said. I'll read it one more time. In debt financing, the fund or the working capital is raised by taking the loan from banks or other financial organizations. The debt loan issued is to be returned to the bank along with the interest. So what is debt financing and equity financing only? We'll see equity financing is. In equity financing, the funds are raised by selling the shares of the company. The shares are nothing but units of ownership. In equity financing, the funds are neither returnable nor there is need to pay the interest because the company gets the funds while people gets ownership in the company. All of you are requested to write this point in your books because all of you said you don't know the meaning of what is a shares is. That's called equity financing is called. Equal distribution is called equity financing is. In equity financing, the funds raised by selling the shares of the company is. Right? Company issues the shares. To here now called, based on the company here now is called value of the company, people would like to purchase the shares here. How do they issue shares? That also will be explained to you. But meanwhile, company would like to get the funds by selling the shares of the companies, right? Once you got the share, then automatically you got the ownership of the companies. You are also owner of the company automatically. But the units of the ownership is how many units do you have is important for you. That many is possible for you. You can get the ownership is. Suppose I have more than 50 units of the ownership. You can attend the meetings of board meeting and you can also become the CEO of the company also. It is possible for you. That much powerful one, the shares is called. So in equity financing, the funds are neither returnable. No, you can't return that one. Not they need to pay interest. No need to pay the interest. So once you purchase the shares, they won't pay the interest to you. At the same time is called, it's not possible to return to company to pay interest because company gets the funds while people gets ownership in the companies. Right now I said already, I have 6 units of shares, okay, of this one is called. Total units, how many sale? That if you ask the company tells me, Axis Bank. And same time, each one now is called, what was the cost of this is called before the coronavirus came. Each unit cost of Axis Bank was around 650 rupees were there. Actually, I observed how much is there. My 450 rupees is there. 200 rupees gone each one. So 6 into 250 is equal to around 1500 rupees. I already lost it. But I need to keep that one because of the shares, the value of the shares increases and decreases. So if it comes here now more than here now, suppose example, like I came to know this call is raising now. Suppose I got called 800 rupees one share. Now I can sell that one. Where again call through the banks it is possible. I'll later on explain you what is that, how it is possible. You can purchase, you can sell it also. I tell you that one is also, I tell you. But same time is like this. Now one more example I tell you. So this example almost all of you know, right? So here interesting one, don't go out from this topic is. So now girls can tell that means maybe your mother is discussing about. So what is the cost of the gold right now? Gold cost how much is there? Now per gram is so much is there. How do you know that's called how much cost is there for the gold for 1 gram, right? So what I suggest you all of you is called to know this one is called all of you open your mobile phones, go to the Google Pay. Just one of them I know that all of you again here requested to open the Google Pay, and you will find a particular option called Gold Locker is one available. Look at that, it's called Gold Locker is one available. Gold Locker option is available. Anybody use this particular option again? I'll stop the sharing of this one. I'll ask question 3. Okay. So, yes, please. Row number 6. Again, 6 again comes. Why you're asking me, sir, every time. 38. Row number 38. 38. In the beginning, she's a problem. 9. Row number 9. Okay. So, have you opened your Google Pay and have observed Gold Locker is there? Gold Locker. Have you observed it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gold Locker. Okay. So MG is showing that is correct. I would like to purchase the buy. Okay. So fetching buy price 1 milligram of the gold. Right now, if you want to purchase, cost is 5 rupees 62 paisa. 1 milligram. Right. Suppose if you want to purchase here now call is 100 rupees worth of gold, 17.8. So if you invested 10,000 rupees is coming, 1,700. So around gold cost is around right now is called 1 gram cost is around 8,000 change is there, right? So costly right now, gold is very costly now is. So now this one is allows you to do such type of things are. So what you can do is all of you is hope so that everybody open that one is gold locker is you can purchase it, buy it, right? So if you want to buy the gold here is through digital one, this is digital one. So you won't get gold here, only digital way it is there. So here now you can invest it. Suppose I would like to invest 1,000 rupees on the gold. How much will I get is called 178 milligram I'll get. So after purchasing this one is called, now after some time, the gold prices may increase. I can sell it also, I can sell it also. So this one is the one option is called here right now is called gold prices are increasing now. Now this is not the right time to purchase it. This is the time to sell it. Example, I tell you what is the case happened to me also. On 26th May, and I have purchased the gold was very less. So I purchased on 26th May to 5th June. I purchased the gold from this one is called around 301 rupees invested. Just casual, how it is happening. Look at you'll see the casually. So 301 rupees I invested and purchased some gold. And yesterday the rate was very high, na? So I sold it. So how much I got for 301 rupee? 331 rupees I got. That means I got 30 rupees as a profit. So this is the way. So from your mobile phone, it is possible we can do such type of things. But don't do so much. Don't do so much of investment. Okay, let's do some less investment. then it is possible. So just a matter of year now call. So May I have done it, June 5th I have done it, July, August. So 2 months of time, just I got 30 rupees as a profit without doing anything, any work. Just investment happened and I got money also. So this is a, you can understand the concept is called, because is called, I'm always want to be in the business side, is I want to see what's happening, what's development happening is called. To be in the market, to be in the, to get more knowledge, this type should be done. That's why I have done it. Same time I lost it also, some amount also previously also. But I used to invest only 100 rupees, 200 rupees like that. I won't invest more. Just to see the scale of how the rates are going and up and down like that. So this is one type of the things only happens is called. All of you just observe the things. Don't do investment so much. Just for the only called understand point of view, just do that one. Just understand point of view. But if you come to this is called the share market point of view is also, so you can't do investment, just get idea as much as possible, then you can do that. What are the top companies in the share market? You can see if you want to invest in the share market, you can go for always, you can believe Tata. Tata company shares always increases up, but the comes down is very less. It won't increase that much. It won't decrease that much. Increases somewhat better. But one share cost is around, each one cost maybe 5,000, 6,000, like this will be there. Higher cost you have to pay. One share is. So if you are here now called, what these people are saying is called, some people are there. Those who are, they got millions of rupees. People are there like that. Same time their loss also, I say I accept, but people are there, they have earned in their home and they earn money as much as possible. Just investment, observe the things what's happening, which is increasing, okay, which is decreasing, and the decreasing happening, they used to observe the how why they are decreasing, observation and purchase it. And when same share is increasing, sell it. Like this people used to do on the desktop. It is possible. From this you can sit in your home, sit on your desktop, you can do the such type of business also can be done. Same time here now is don't, we can't take that much of risk. I said already, na. So I have invested around 25,000 rupees. I invested for the both the banks, Axis Bank as well as this one is called this bank of Lakshmi Vilas Bank. Lakshmi Vilas Bank I lost so much, but same thing I got it in the Axis Bank. I have done what I had done is top bank I have invested, and the minimum bank performance is called medium. That one invested the also 50%. Like that I have got the amount. Overall is called same amount. I didn't, the amount is not increased. One more I tell you if you want is called around 2004 when HDFC was came. HDFC now popular. So that time it was not there. So HDFC came 2004 like that. So they are starting their venture and they have asked the people to invest. So I purchased around invested around very less, around 2,000 rupees I invested and 2004, very high that time. Around in the 2004, I sold all these shares worth of 2,000 rupees. Do you know how much I got? I got around 45,000 I got. So remarkable amount I got it. So this is the way you can do that on his car. So you need to wait. So 2004, 10 years you have to keep the shares with you. Then automatically the rate increases. That's the thing is called. So now you tell your feedback about this is called. So tell your feedback about this particular topic is, now we'll back to that one. What you're thinking about that is about this particular one is. So let's go back to the point is. Then comes up what is meaning of IPO is also required to be noted down. All of you note down this particular point is initial public offering is IPO. When a company sells its shares for very first time to the public, then it is called as initial public offering. When a company sells its shares for the very first time to the public, it is called initial public offering, IPO. It is a process through which a private company becomes a public company. Private company means called only one, two people are there. They have invested money. They have started the company is. Now the company is performing good because they are supposed to say the performance of the company every year to the public. So previously used to they give their statements through newspapers. So their balance sheet, which you learned it in the previous semester about accounting and finance subject, you have got the importance of accounting is. So the balance sheet, they should show it to the public compulsory. Every company, they should show it. So here now, when they want to come to the IPOs, public offering, they are looking for solutions. They are asking money to expand their company. So they are supposed to show their performance of the company for last 5 years, 10 years, like that. Then only people will invest. Suppose the company is a very small company and they're asking money to invest. Who invest? I won't invest. Nobody invests that one. Why should I give? Okay, that's why I call here company performing well. Then I invest so that the value of my share, whatever is there, increases. Otherwise, why should I invest? There is doubt of decreases, I won't invest, right? Like that. So this is the thing. It's the process through which a private company becomes a public limited company. So it's a direct deal between the company and the buyer or investor. In IPO, the buyers can buy shares directly from the company, but to sell the shares, they have to wait until the company gets listed on stock exchange. That's the next topic has started. It's called stock exchanges. So okay, so you can buy it directly from the company, from the company directly. It is possible for you if you want initial times. If you want to purchase it initial first time. So and if you want to purchase from some other person, you can get it from the banks. Example, ICICI Bank. We have called Religare. We have called Kotak Finance, Kotak Securities Limited. Like these are some of the banks are there. So you're supposed to get Demat account. So using Demat account, it is possible for you. I have a Demat account at Religare Finance Company. There I have that one is there. So there I used to observe how many shares I have. If I sell the shares, this much of amount is coming. I tell my company also. So right now, Axis Bank, I said 450 rupees. So I tell the company is called when the price comes to the 475. Okay, sell the number of shares. So 6 shares I have. I say, come on, sell the 3 of the shares. Here now call the bank observes that is whenever it comes to 475 rupees, so automatically it sells 3 of shares of my. So my here now called whatever is there in my account, and immediately that amount whatever is there will deposit into my account, bank account. So it will be deposited 1 or 2 days, and I'll get a message that is called this was sold out. So to whom they won't tell you sold out, and your amount will be deposited to the bank. So what that company gets is called they get 1%. 1% of amount they'll deduct from my whatever is the amount is depositing to my account. They take away the 1% of the amount. So like that bank, that medium person who is there, they also get some money, and I also get the money. So that's a thing is called. So you can put the rates same time. Okay, you will observe the things, you can put that one. So every day if you're working on that, it is possible for you to get that. Now Paytm we have offered is there. Google Pay is also offering now. So using Google Pay also you can do investment. Demat account you can get it, and you can do that business also. That's the thing is how much money is flowing is very important for countries. Like that, US is so much happens in US, China. Oh my God, so much happens is come. Now we are making now also we are now in the economy point of view at third place like India is. So look at the picture also you can see. Examples of IPO is in March 2017, the parent company DMart Avenue Supermarket raised 1872 crores through IPOs. In return, they gave 10% of ownership to Avenue Supermarket to public is. So they have given 10% of ownership to the public. They have given that. So 1872 crores invested people, and people got 10% of ownership is gone. So stock market is the medium through which the exchange of shares take place between the seller and buyer is. Stock market is a medium which exchange of shares and takes between seller and buyer. Stock exchanges act as a mediator between buyer and seller. So stock market, National Stock Exchange is one example, and Bombay Stock Exchange. Two main stock exchanges in India is. You can see these two markets are NSE and BSE are two examples of where this entire business happens in this particular one only. So here only it is possible. Here people used to come there and used to observe how much amount is there, how much share is there. It's possible for the people also. Nowadays we are observing through internet also. Sometimes people can go and see that also here. How stock market works is first company raises funds through IPO, where investor can directly bid for the shares in IPO and buy them. Okay, the company raises funds through IPOs, so initial public offering, investors can directly bid for the shares in IPO and buy them. So similarly, first company purchase the shares for some amount, they purchase it, then after that they start selling of the shares. Look at that is symbol also. They bid means called how much quote you're saying that is called. So how stock market works is called. Then stock gets listed on stock exchange and shares issued by a company can be traded on stock exchange. This is where most of the trading happens is. So who regulates stock market? The SEBI, okay, Stock Exchange Bank of India, has all authority to make rules and regulations and control the stock market. SEBI approves the license to broker and deals for stock market. SEBI is one company which regulates the stock market. One more is there. Let me share that also. This is the one. So we understand IPO is. So one interesting case study I found it very useful to all of you is initial public offering or stock market launch is a type of public offering where shares of stock in a company are sold to the general public for the first time. This is done by offering those shares to the public which were held by promoters or the private investors. This is why doing IPO is also referred as going public is, right? So as of now, two people are there. I said already, two investors are there. They have invested so much in the company. So company is going on very well. They would like to expand. Expansion, they can go for the bank loan or they can go for the IPOs. IPOs is better than going for the banks because the bank asks you to pay the interest. So once you're going for IPO, you can ask the public to involve in the company to get the ownership. So how much they are issuing the shares, how much is there, everything they should tell to the SEBI company. Then only SEBI gives permission to launch it in the stock market. Then if you are there in the stock market, then only it's possible for you. You can do the both buy and sell. So that's why I call first company is whatever is there. They have to inform everything to SEBI and SEBI gives permission to come to the stock market. Once your company is listed in the stock market, you will have higher value comes to you. Automatically it's possible for you to get the loans also. It is possible for you to get that one is called. Like the company expansion solves every company, they go for IPOs. All the companies are IPOs only. Nothing, no companies right now in India is top companies I'm talking about it. Tata, if you see, called Ashoka, all companies have IPOs. Wipro, all these things are. Wipro is Western Indian product. Wipro full stands for is full form of Wipro is Western Indian products. So initially, Premji started called Dalda company. First of all, Vanaspati. He used to sell the Vanaspati. And what he does is called he knows very well about the market. He knows very well about all these things, and he used to sell the shares in Maharashtra. One village is there where he born. So he sold his all the shares to the villages. He asked everybody, please invest. And after the here now call in taking the initial amount, he started a company. Now entire village is very rich now because of Wipro shares, na? So very high value is there. Like that is called success story of the Premji is. So you need to convince the people to the investment is. Once convinced, then you can perform very well. Okay, automatically increases. If you're not performing very well, then next time you cannot do anything here. So you have to become just do a job. So people lose the belief on you. Nobody do the investment. So you need to perform very much as well. So that's why board of directors what they do is called they won't give all the shares here now. Generally, I hear that it's called 50%. They ask the people to invest. Even 50% is with them only. They'll keep with them only. So 50% will be there. What the share market is there? They'll give 50% of the public. 50% they'll keep with them because share automatically increases. Their value also increases. Automatically their assets also increases. They cannot go 100%. Nobody goes outside. Even though SEBI also won't accept to go like that, they have some conditions here. So based on that only comes out. This is what I am doing. People are going public. IPOs are often issued by smaller, younger companies seeking capital to expand, but can also be done by large privately only companies looking to become publicly traded. What is the process of going public is? Look at that symbol is. So this is IPO process. Company decision to go for IPO, appointment of BRLM and legal counsel, due diligence, drafting and draft red herring, filling with SEBI and stock exchanges, pre-marketing, SEBI clearance, roadshows, book building, pricing allocation, ROC filing, and final prospect listing, funds transfer to the issuer. This is the process we have. You have seen that this is a big process we have. There it is possible you can go for the IPO processes. There are some technical terms we have, VRLM like that. We have technical terms that later on we'll see this one. Okay. Entire thing one day is difficult one. So first we'll see basically this one, later on explain entire concept is. Intermediate structure, what are parties involved? Book runners, legal counsel, underwriters, book running manager, BRLM point of view explaining, legal counsel, IPO grading, registrars, escrow bankers, printers, advertising agency, so broker, syndicate. So issuer company like this way is called auditors. So are you eligible for this one? Eligibility criteria. Primary criteria is SEBI guidelines, and what you have is alternative route for companies which don't comply SEBI guidelines. What are the SEBI guidelines here? Net tangible assets of at least 3 crore in each of the preceding 3 full years. Distribute profits for at least 3 out of the immediate preceding 5 years. These are all SEBI. Then only it is possible for you to come to this one is called. So exemption to certain categories, entities from eligibility norms. This exemption comes out. The pricing plan, the two ways which pricing is determined by the IPO, fixed price and book price, book building issues. Marketing plan for IPOs. Okay, public relation plan, corporate ads, media plan, conference plan, that is press and broker conference analysis, stationery distribution schedule as a direct marketing to shareholders and stakeholders. So you can ask a question: how do I know that it's called these banks? Shares are there, all these things is called. So all these things I studied. I have gone through the paper, and at the same time, advisors also comes out. If you call the bank, again same bank, relegate. If you ask that is called, I would like to invest this much of money, can you give advice? So they tell you the advisors also. Same time, it is possible for you. We can check it in the internet also. So for this company performance, how it is there for last 10 days, for last 1 year, what is the fluctuation happening of this? This is called stock share market value of this particular share is possible for you. Like that is possible for you. You can know that one is called. The best one is calling, I don't want to take the risk, I want to invest and I want to get some minimum amount to get as a profit, then go for SBI. SBI also you can go for like that. But here now you need to invest so much of large amount to be invested. And returns comes very less in returns comes out. So the next one is called, you can go for is called building projects. You can go for infra. There's infrastructure projects. You can invest on that. You can go infra only comes roads and the buildings. Everything comes under infra only. You can go for the steel. Example, Tata Steel. Banking, I already said banking and finance companies. You can go for software development companies. Like example, TCS, Wipro, Mahindra, Tech Mahindra. All things are there in IPOs. So there it is possible you can invest it. So just that is one example, case study. Introduction is just that. Okay, you'll see this just there. Before that, let me